What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Front Yard Fantasy Podcast live stream Monday Madness Mock Draft Marathon.
Yes.
I needed some sort of affirmation. I feel like that was a lot of M words right there.
Yes.
I've been struggling lately with my alliteration.
I needed that, Simon. I needed that.
I've had a couple days.
Man, I'm pumped now.
Tuesday. What word starts with T? And I just haven't been able to come up with anything. We're off to a good start to the week if we ignore yesterday. But I'm here as always with my co-hosts Josh and John Luke. I'm Simon. For those of you who haven't watched before, we are the Front Yard Fantasy Podcast. You can follow us on YouTube at Front Yard Fantasy and on Twitch at Front Yard Fantasy. We stream every day at 3 p.m. Eastern, playing games, mock drafting, talking fantasy, answering your questions. We're here. We do it all. Josh and Josh, actually, I know you and I had some similar luck this weekend. Besides that, how was your weekend?
That pretty much sums up. I mean,
Browns fan.
The Ravens losing, it's hard to take that out of my weekend. That kind of my weekend revolved around that. And then once they lost on Saturday, my Sunday didn't feel as good. So my weekend was below average, I would say.
I'm sorry. Yeah, at least I got to enjoy my Saturday before Sunday happened, but that's okay. I'm disappointed that the Browns didn't win, but what a hell of a season compared to what they've been putting out. And they competed against the Chiefs. Like, until the last 2 minutes of the game, there was a chance that they could win. And while I'm sad they didn't pull it off, I'm excited and hopeful that this is means good things to come in the future. I hope this wasn't just another random playoff run that the Browns put together.
It was a good game. It was not a bad game.
No.
It was. I watched the whole game. I was there. Yeah. Swamp's right there with Simon and I. His Saints lost as well. I'm sorry, Swamp. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And Simon, I'm sorry, but you lost our water bet.
I did. I plan on paying that out tomorrow. I'm going to up my game like Swamp did. I won't tell you exactly what's going to happen because I don't know yet, but it will not be in the shower like it was last time. Swamp upped the water bet game. So I gotta do something funny here. Something great. What's up, NBA?
What up, NBA? Happy MLK Day to you as well. MLK Day is a great day. It
is a great day. NBA wants to know, what were our top 3 plays Kansas City versus Cleveland? There's none I can think of off the top of my head, but there were a couple passes that Baker made where I was just sitting there like, oh my goodness, this dude is he's looked bad at times this year and last season. This game gave me a couple plays, a couple passes where I remembered why he was the number 1 overall draft pick, where he just was right on the money. I was really impressed with Baker's gameplay in this game. That's what stands out to me the most from this game was Baker looked like a good quarterback.
Oh, he really did. I'm trying to think. I don't know if top 3 plays, but top 3 exciting plays. Definitely the fumble into the end zone by Rashard Higgins is interesting. It's a good play by Baker. Leading up to that, Simon is under the table.
You know what? I'm not even gonna mention how dumb of a rule that is because it's really freaking dumb. But we're gonna ignore that. Whatever. I'm not gonna argue with the rules. People know the rules. That's the rules. I saw someone tweet that Bill Belichick has a rule: do not extend the ball at the end zone for situations like that. Whatever. That's the rule of the game. That play, there was targeting on that play that forced the fumble out. But
forced the
bumble, but whatever. I'm going to not be a salty fan. That Cleveland, even with that play, had plenty of opportunities to win the game. They had plenty of chances to come up with a big stop, to convert on a 3rd down, and they didn't do it. But, Man, that play hurt my feelings when it happened. It really hurt my feelings pretty good.
When Kelsey just man-powered his way into the end zone, that was another really good play.
Tyrann Mathieu had one hell of a game.
Mm-hmm.
He had one pick, should have had another. It went right out of the hands of Jarvis Landry and into his basket, and he just didn't come up with it. But I'm excited for the Bills-Chiefs game. I hope Patrick Mahomes is healthy and ready to play. That one should be really fun.
What about you, Josh?
Yeah, if we're talking about top 3 plays, it's 100% the play you mentioned, JL, the fumble, and then for me, it's the last 2 plays of the game that mattered. It was the Chiefs converting,
Oh my
not
God.
converting, converting on the 4th down and actually going for it, which blew my freaking mind. And
Andy
then
Reid, madman.
even passing it the play before that is just as crazy in my mind, where to get to that spot. So they could have tried to run out the clock, which 99% of teams in history probably would have done. Andy Reid's a different kind of coach with his backup quarterback, still able to get that first down. So impressive.
I guess I blocked that play out of my memory, but even the announcers were sitting there saying like, they're not going for it. They're just going to try to get him to jump off. They're going to try to get him to jump off. And then at the very least, if they did go for it, you expected like a QB sneak up the middle or just a run straight up the gut. They put the ball in the hands of their backup quarterback to throw a pass on 4th down to seal the game. That was wild. That was
NBA Rig just said the Hooper catch. I forgot about that myself. Actually, that was one of the better catches. I mean, I couldn't believe he caught it. I was like, oh my God, he caught that! Like, so yeah, you're right, NBA Rig. That was definitely one of the top ones.
That was definitely an insane catch. I threw the link for. Sorry guys, I'm dog sitting, so there's a second dog at my house, and they are going wild. I put the link for the mock draft into the chat on YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. We are mock drafting a 2021 PPR redraft league today. So if you guys want to join in on that, you can jump in there. We'll probably start at 3:15 Eastern. I'd imagine we'd start in the next 7 minutes. 1 second. I got to make sure this dog stops barking. But yeah, we will start that.
How's Chad Henne running 13 yards on 3rd down, not in y'all's top 3? That was a really good play. There was a ton of good plays in here. I didn't anticipate this question, so I didn't have like my actual top 3. I'm just going based off what I remember. I didn't. But yeah, no, he just went for it. He put it all in line. That was great.
So yeah, no, I mean, that's absolutely, we should have mentioned it, right? But when it comes down to it, there's that fumble, there's the Hooper catch, the 4th down play, and that play. So in the top 3, I mean, it's a tough top 3, and there's probably a couple we're even forgetting about still. So
yeah,
maybe a top 5 would be good for this question.
That Chad Henne run broke my spirit. I couldn't believe it, man. That was wild. NBA wants to know, which Cleveland player were you a little disappointed in? I don't know. Landry had a couple drops, but even he had a pretty good game. Like I don't blame him for some of those drops. I expected more from Kareem Hunt, but it just wasn't like in the game plan until the 4th quarter. It seemed like none that really had like super disappointing.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry was definitely in there. 7 receptions for 20 yards and a touchdown. He got the touchdown, which I think saved it, but I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more from him that in that game.
I'm gonna just say Higgins, and not that because he had a bad game. It's just that fumble, and it's not really his fault. Blah blah blah. It is his fault. I mean, it sucks. So.
Oh, Sean says 101-yard pick 6 on Lamar Jackson. How is that not in the top 3? Because it was from a different game. But from the Bills-Ravens game, yeah, that one's in there. That was wild.
God, we don't have to talk about that game.
No, that game was so hard to watch.
Lamar Jackson had like 32 rushing yards, and if you would have told me that, I would have felt pretty good about my bold prediction that Josh Allen would have more rushing yards than Lamar Jackson, but Josh Allen had like 3 rushing yards. So my bold prediction was wrong there.
The defenses were just playing well, and Justin Tucker missed a couple kicks.
It was wild, and it was a good game. I was blown away. The most shocking thing from this weekend wasn't the pick 6 from Lamar Jackson. It wasn't the Chad Henne running. It was the 2 missed field goals from Justin Tucker. It was the most shocking thing from any game this weekend. Even in the wind, I trust that dude to be automatic.
It's fair. It's definitely shocking at first.
NBA says, I concur. Swamp Stefanski should have used Hunt more in the first half. Completely agree. I kept wondering where the heck he was. But he wasn't in there. So do you guys want to do predictions for this weekend's games, or should we do that a little later this week?
I hadn't even had time to think about this
we'll
last weekend's games yet fully.
We'll do that a little later.
Processing everything.
We've got just to go over the results from this past week. And I think JL and Josh were almost perfect with their picks. They went 3 for 4. They both picked the Ravens over the Bills, but besides that, you got the Packers right, you got the Bucks right, and you got the Chiefs right. I went 2 for 4. I picked the Bills and I picked the Packers. But I thought the Saints and the Browns were going to win. So I went 2 for 4. They went 3 for 4.
That Bucks victory felt good.
Yeah. I feel like it was about 50-50 with like how people were pulling, like, but each side thought the other side was incredibly stupid for picking the other side.
Oh, I felt like it was.
I highly disagree.
I disagree. I felt like everyone on Twitter
thought the Bucs side was highly stupid, and I think the Bucs side was like, I just think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
okay. Maybe that's more what it was
because it makes sense. They got blown out the 2 previous games they played against each other. I get why the Saints supporters were thinking that way. So I'm not gonna knock them. You know?
Yeah, I agree, Josh. I think that the general consensus was that the Saints had this in the bag. So that felt good. It always is funny kind of seeing like people like, oh man, 3-0 so far, and they picked like all favorites going into the weekend. I feel like I don't feel as good when I just pick the favorites.
Hey, but sometimes that's the right call.
Sometimes it is. I'm not saying it's not. Yeah, just it always feels good when you hit on that upset.
I agree. That's why in March Madness, my bracket is always disaster, but it's because I want the I want the glory. You know what I mean? Like what's the glory?
That 14 seed being a 3 seed kind of deal.
Exactly. Yeah. What's the glory in putting all 1 seeds in the Final Four and being right? You know what I mean? Like, oh, congrats! Like, cool, you did it. But if you picked that 12 seed or even like a 5 seed to make the Final Four, it feels good. I agree with you, JL.
That Packers game went about as I expected. It wasn't as much of a blowout as I thought, but I was unsurprised to see how much the Packers are able to run on the Rams with Aaron Donald being injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I concur. It was a good week of games, I guess. Whatever.
Lamar was my biggest disappointment this weekend. Yeah, that didn't look good. But I think people are overreacting. Like, Lamar is a good quarterback. And I know I'm not the biggest Lamar fan, but even I think people are overreacting. Like, he had an MVP level season. You can't just take that away from him because he like regressed in the passing game this year. But we'll see. We'll see if he regresses back towards where he was the year before next year. I don't think he's going to get all the way there. That was probably a bit of an outlier season, but I wouldn't discount Lamar Jackson too much because of that game in particular and then this season.
If you have one weakness, it's pretty easy just to work on that one weakness. So I think the offseason will do wonders. I'd rather have one weakness than a bunch. Hot take.
You're so weird.
Stallion Allen outplayed Lamar.
Yeah, I mean,
he did.
I don't. Yeah, and I think it's hard to like they're not playing against each other really, right? Like they're playing against each other's defenses. So there are a lot of factors there. Josh Allen played very well, but I think that the Ravens just kind of they fell apart. They didn't make the key plays they needed to, and then you could definitely tell when the momentum just got away from them.
The funny thing is Justin Tucker makes both those field goals, and then we're down 1 score at the end of the game, feeling like we could come back in the game. And I know Lamar got knocked out of the game like at the end of the third or beginning of the fourth quarter. I can't remember exactly when. I was drinking a little bit. But even without Lamar, you could have this like feeling where we could win the game if we were only down 1 score, but down multiple scores without our starting quarterback. It felt hopeless.
Yeah.
JL, there's someone looking out the window behind you. Is there something exciting going on out there? Is Lev Bell
all day for Lev Bell's out there all day? These like group of squirrels have just been like going ham on the trees outside my windows, and I saw one take this like giant leap of faith onto the roof, and I swear to God, it was not going to make it.
Did it make it?
It made it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, it made it.
He went for it. Or she.
His scroll is better than you, I guess.
There's also a dog out there, so Rosie's probably super focused on the dog.
We have another dog at the house today, and it's Sancho's birthday, so they're playing. 1-year-old.
Swamp.
And he wants to pet that dog.
Oh yeah, she'd give you lots of kisses. She's the best.
NBA says, do you guys know why the Chargers went with Brandon Staley? Was that a big surprise to you?
Honestly, coaching is something I just, there's so much you got to delve into the interview process, like looking into all these little things that we don't even get to see. So is it a huge surprise? Not really. There's a few coaching candidates out there that are like big names, and then I'm sure most of these guys are going to be smaller names coming, like Brandon Staley. And I'm not even saying he's a smaller name, but
I'm wrong so much. Like I'm wrong so often whenever they hire coaches about like who's going to turn out, who's not going to turn out. Like I was so hyped for the Hugh Jackson hire in Cleveland. Was pretty underwhelmed by the Stefanski hire, but I'm like, I don't know. There's so much that goes into it. Like Josh said, I feel like unless it's something egregious, like hiring Adam Gase again as a head coach where we can all mock it, outside of that, you kind of just got to see how it plays out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with Simon. I feel like I just need to go and study more into like the specific coaches because I just don't have a good grasp on it before they happen.
Exactly.
What's up, Kev? He says bird up, but he's got to go.
the one time, like, I feel like we're all comfortable, like, talking crap about like some coach getting hired. And what's up, guys? What's up? Is when he's a coach that has been in the league for a while and has not really succeeded. So that's when I don't like this at all. That's when you can kind of be a little worried about a coaching selection.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. We've got 2 spots left in the draft, guys. If they're not filled in the next minute, we're just going to get going and have 2 computers in there. I posted the link again.
Hit me up to join. So
sweet. Let me know when they're in. And then we can get going. Where's everyone drafting from? I'm drafting from the 11. Josh, you're drafting from the 10?
Yep.
You asshole.
Wow.
I will say to the Brandon Staley comment that NBA Reed brought up, I kind of one thing I will say, I feel like they could have done well to bring in some kind of quarterback coach to help. I'm not saying Justin Herbert needs any help coming along, but maybe that could have been in part of their thought process. But I guess they're going to focus a little bit more on the defense.
Maybe they're just so confident in Herbert. Yeah,
exactly.
We'll see. We shall see. Did that person join yet, JL? No, they have not. There's still 2 empty spots. And I'll run through the draft settings with you guys real quick. I changed up the roster settings a little bit for this. So it's 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and then 2 flexes instead of 3 wide receivers. So it's going to be 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex. And these are standard flex, not super flex spots. And then I've got 4 bench spots just because this is a mock. So we're just going to go through 4. We could probably even do 3. What do you guys think? Or should we leave it at 4?
3 is probably fine, but either way is fine.
Yeah,
we'll do 3 bench spots. So a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flex, and 3 bench spots for this mock draft. NBA agrees. He said 3 is fine.
Exactly.
Maybe Adam OC for the Chargers.
Oh God, no! I hope not.
Please no.
No, I mean, we'll see. What did I just read? I just read. I think that the Seahawks are interested in interviewing Adam Gase for their offensive coordinator position. Yeah, I heard that. Yikes!
That's not good.
You better share your DK Metcalf. I mean, trade your DK Metcalf shares and Russell Wilson shares in Dynasty. It looks like someone just joined their draft.
Sweet.
All right, I think we're filled up.
We're filled up. Falcon Griff 24 and JH719. Okay, then are you guys ready? I'm going to kick it off.
I've never been more ready. So it's a 2021 PPR mock draft. Let's go.
Begin draft. Oh, my camera's blocking something. I need to get a new stand for my camera. Okay.
JFU 928.
The other JFU is on the clock.
That's my brother.
Jeremy said, cool if I join? Yes, it is cool. Totally cool. I see you there. That's 12th spot.
Oh, he got in. Cool. I was about to say it is cool, but gotta be quick.
The right Tim says Gase sleeping his way to the top.
Literally just sleeping. This is in the sense he goes to his new job and he just freaking sleeps. Christian McCaffrey, still the 101. Do you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I think it's
yes.
fine.
I do.
Yeah.
I do still agree. There's a couple guys I think make an argument for.
Before Drew Brees, is he officially retiring? Is that the news?
Ooh, Patrick Mahomes going.
With the number 2 pick. This is not super flex.
Yeah, yep. I mean, that's a fun pick. It's a fun pick.
And it's not a wrong pick. If he puts together a season like he did a couple years ago, that's the right pick there. You're just banking on it.
Still not the right pick.
There have been certain quarterbacks.
It might be.
There have been. Saquon Barkley at 2. That's the one that gets interesting to me. Is I'm curious if
I'm really excited.
Alvin Kamara was my number 2, but if Drew Brees is in fact retiring, I'm not sure where he goes to. Alvin Kamara was in conversation for my number 1, actually, over Christian McCaffrey. If Brees was coming back, I would have had to fight with myself about whether or not Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara should have been the number 1 overall pick. But
I'm excited to see where this one guy goes because I've just been growing on this one guy, and we'll see.
Gross. And everyone, just as a reminder, this is a PPR redraft league for 2021. Obviously, there are no rookies in here yet, but outside of that, should be good to go. JL, you got 28 seconds.
I wanted Alvin Kamara.
You'll go Dalvin Cook instead.
Good pick. Yeah, Swamp, I don't think Breeze is coming back either. It seems like it's pretty set in stone, but who knows? I would put the odds at 80% chance he's probably done, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say 20% he comes back.
Okay.
I think part of the reason could be just because that was such an awful way to go out. Like before that game, I would have put it at like 95% that he was done after this year. After that game, man. Devontae Adams.
First wide receiver off the board. Devontae Adams. Solid pick.
The player that I'm so curious to monitor throughout this entire offseason is Michael Thomas. Like, just where does it settle? Like, we're not going to know until it gets closer.
So James Robinson taking James Robinson with the 6th overall pick, 7th overall pick. That's crazy.
Sean,
I like it.
1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th running back off the board.
I'm not saying it's wrong, but I will tell you, I would not do it myself.
Shoot, I was hoping Tyreek Hill would fall to me at 11. That's what I was hoping for. That's where I was going to go. Shoot. Well, we got some thinking to do.
I definitely know who I'm going to take. One of 2 people. So this is fun. This is different. I like it.
This one's already shaped out to be a little bit different compared to last year. Or compared to not last year, the past couple drafts we've done. 25 seconds for who's on the clock. JR.
Can you give me Henry here? He just typed it and said, "Can you give me Henry here?"
Where did he type that?
Into the sleeper chat. I'm having issues, he said.
Okay, yeah, I can manually set that if you want.
Henry's a good pick. Which is definitely going to set me up with who I wanted to take here. And some people might be surprised.
Joe Mixon? You're taking Joe Mixon?
No, there's actually one. I won't get into it too much, but I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor.
Damn. Pretty early.
Yeah, I think this is right where he should be going. He's my favorite of the rookie. Where is he? How come I can't find him?
Try searching his name.
Taylor. Did he already get taken? Oh, there he is.
Nope, there he is.
No, I can't. I can't find him.
He's there. I see him. You need me to add it for you too, Josh?
It's. I don't see him.
Do you have a filter on?
There. Oh, there he is.
Are you on the wrong position? Here, I added it for you.
Cool. Yeah, that was
okay,
weird.
and now I'm on the clock.
Oh shoot!
All right, there was one other guy I was considering here, but
if he fell this far, like I know he didn't have the best season, but I still believe in him as a player. I have to go Ezekiel Elliott right here.
It's a good pick.
At the end of the first round, with the 11th pick.
Love that pick.
I totally get taking guys like James Robinson, Jonathan Taylor, like over him after this past year, but Zeke would probably be, I don't know, my 4th or 5th running back, maybe 6th. Oh shoot, I was hoping Nick Chubb would come back to me. Great pick. I was gonna go Elliott Chubb to start my draft, but you snuck him away. So now I got to pivot. Oh, well, and you took a tight end, but not the one I wanted. So that's where I'm going. I'm taking Travis Kelce.
Kelsey is someone I considered with my pick because I figured you would take him with one of your picks, Simon.
Yep.
Seems
And
like
I
a couple
did
people
one
are
on my
having issues with Sleeper right now. Maybe try restarting. I'm not sure. Otherwise, feel free to message us so we can set your pick.
Let me pause the draft real quick.
So there's some good running backs here still. Some great wide receivers. Still got Michael Thomas here. Still got DeAndre Hopkins.
You might need to update the app. I'm not sure. I feel like they've pushed some updates recently.
Yeah.
NBA Rig says Zeke over Chubb. Why? If we're being honest, I like Chubb more, but I was playing the draft game and I was less sure about Chubb making or Zeke making it back to me than Chubb. I was really hoping to grab Zeke and then Chubb in the second round, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, I think with Dak coming back too, I don't hate taking Zeke over Chubb.
Yeah, no, I can see those guys being flip flopped. I personally like Chubb better, but I was hoping to get both.
I'm gonna take Josh Jacobs here.
Did it work for you, Josh?
Yes, it did, and it's working just fine. And I don't know if we definitely did not talk about this on the stream yet. I don't know if you guys know, but Josh Jacobs, he never got charged with a DUI.
Yes, I did know that. I meant to bring that up as well.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do it.
That he had a DUI.
So
yeah, he did get charged with like reckless driving or something
because he apparently fell asleep at the wheel, and they brought him in under suspicion that he had a DUI, but they didn't release his blood alcohol level.
DeAndre Hopkins.
I meant to bring that up because I know that a couple weeks ago got brought up about his decision making.
Exactly. So now I feel a lot more confident in him personally. Yep, I think he's a great running back, and I think the Raiders are going to just use him more and more.
That's quite the running back 1-2 punch you got there with Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs.
I'm glad to have it because I really do feel like I can load up on wide receivers in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round, and they're going to be great receivers to have on my team as well.
Yep. I completely agree with that. In redraft, I know in Dynasty, I'm always drafting running backs late. Yes. I'm just like going receiver heavy early. In redraft, I completely switch. I'm trying to get my running back spots locked up. And now there's a line that has to be crossed with value. Like if there's value on a receiver, like if Tyreek Hill had been sitting there, I definitely would have grabbed Tyreek Hill. But I try to fill out those running back spots. And then there's so many receivers that you can pick up in the middle rounds that are usually safer than the running backs you can pick up in the middle rounds.
I completely agree. If you want a great running backs on your team to start off the year, and you don't have to worry about playing the waiver wire or worrying about someone getting injured and picking up that person to play in your running back spot, you're gonna have to draft them early typically, unless you get a James Robinson type. But so that's what I'm doing here. In redraft, I do like to get my running backs a little bit earlier than I do in Dynasty.
1, 2, 3, 4 of the teams have gone double running back. So Josh, we've got you with Jonathan Taylor and Josh Jacobs, Sean with James Robinson and Cam Akers, JL with Dalvin Cook and Aaron Jones. And who's that last one? Colin Volk with Alvin Kamara and Austin Eckler.
Yes. Yeah.
I was doing that ADP analysis the other day, and I saw something that was super interesting was George Kittle was tight end 19 with only 8 games. That's crazy.
Tight end 19, you said?
Yes, with only 8
I'm surprised he played 8 games too. That is crazy. He's an elite tight end.
He is, yeah.
Absolutely. No doubt. I would draft Kelsey over Kittle in a redraft league. For sure.
Yeah,
me too. And honestly, I'm probably doing it in a dynasty league too. And I know that sounds crazy, but I think Kelsey I'll take the next 3 years of like what I view as guaranteed top 3 tight end production.
How old is
Justin I would take Kittle in a dynasty over Kelsey.
It's close for me, but I don't think it's egregious for people to still take Kelsey as the number 1 tight end in dynasty either.
4 years.
It's not egregious.
Kelsey's 31. Kittle is 27.
Because of that offense he's in, though, Kelsey, it is not egregious to do. It's not egregious to take Kelsey over Kittle. I agree.
I'm excited to see how this second team, Falcon Griff 24, how it pans out. Going Patrick Mahomes and Justin Jefferson.
He asked, "Is this regular PPR tight end premium?" It's regular PPR. I think he might have thought it was super flex.
Yeah, for sure. But now we can see how this pans out because already, like, it's not a bad draft so far. He's gonna have to shore up that running back position, but with Patrick Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Joe Mixon, that's a pretty solid start.
That's great value on Michael Thomas by Jordan there.
Look at Mike Jordan's team so far. Mike Evans, Michael Thomas, and Christian McCaffrey. I mean, in a redraft. Woo.
Yeah, that is very nice.
He said no players are showing, but my roster. There's a little plus button at the bottom.
If you're on the web, try opening on your phone, because I've had that issue on the web before, but not on my. And then I had to use it on my phone.
Is this button available for you, or Jail? You're saying you've had that problem even with this button?
Yeah,
like
my web sleeper does not like to work very well.
Yeah, I've got the draft board on my computer, but I'm drafting from my phone as well.
Where do I want to go here?
Oh wait, Jail, pause for a second.
Okay.
I don't know if this messes up the draft.
It does not. I think it's fine to do.
You can make the call. Cock and Griff asked if they could swap Joe Mixon for DeAndre Swift. They meant to pick Swift.
So I just don't know if it's going to revert the picks after it.
No, you can just change it if you want.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I think we're fine to do that. Right?
It's not a big deal. Thanks for letting us know.
Cool. All right. No, DeAndre Swift's a great pick there too.
That makes my decision a lot easier.
You gonna go Joe Mixon?
I was trying to decide between Ridley
Swift and someone.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
There we go.
I've been looking into it a little bit, and I am more and more concerned. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be drafted high, but I'm more and more concerned about Aaron Jones staying with the Packers. Honestly.
Yeah, I think it's likely that he moves on, but I think either way, if he does move on, he's going to get paid. He'll land somewhere good.
Aaron Jones.
Yep.
Yeah.
The cap situation is what concerns me in Green Bay.
Exactly.
I'm concerned with him switching teams. I truly am not sure if he's going to be as productive or used the same way on a different team.
It's possible. I feel like with running backs, I worry a little bit less about that, but I understand the concern.
There goes Joe Mixon.
Definitely the utilization is scary.
There he goes. NBA rig got Joe. Oh man, this is a good draft so far, boys and girls.
3 wide receivers to start it out: Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Brown. That is a scary wide receiver core. Now you just got to figure out what you're doing at running back.
And I am literally furious AJ Brown didn't make it to my pick. So stop picking some of your receivers.
What do you guys think about Stephon Diggs as the 3rd wide receiver off the board?
It's warranted, really. I'm not going to do it personally, but it's warranted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've always been a Diggs fan, Diggs truther, obviously.
He was number 3 this year in PPR and standard. Sorry.
I don't know if I feel like the narrative of him and Josh Allen, that relationship, that rapport, definitely gives him a boost for me. But I don't know if I draft him as 3. I think I'd take D-Hop over him.
Miles Sanders, great pick right here, because
Really
it kind of ends a running back tier for me as well.
Yep.
Completely agree.
I was going to grab Sanders there if he was still there.
Yeah, I was considering it, and I already have 2 running backs, so it's a good value. I'm going to go with someone here that I would never draft here in Dynasty, but in redraft I feel comfortable doing Julio Jones. I think he's an elite receiver still with Matt Ryan. I'm very comfortable with Julio Jones in the end of the 3rd round.
Yep.
And now I am on the clock.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Dylan said that the running back value just isn't there for him. If Mixon fell, he would have taken him. I think Miles Sanders and Mixon are pretty similar. I understand the new coaching situation and everything, and Eagles and them just being a dumpster fire this year could be an issue, but I think they're pretty similar in my mind.
Yeah, I agree with
that. But AJ Brown's great. Can't go wrong.
Man, there's quite a few players I'm considering here, like a bunch, but I'm just not entirely sure which way to go with it.
I do like Sanders a little bit better than Mixon.
Really? I like Mixon an edge more than Sanders, but they're in the same tier for me, for sure. I would probably end up drafting Mixon above Sanders, but I have this weird love for Mixon for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. I want Amari Cooper. I panicked trying to decide between the people I want.
Tight end premium, by the way.
This is not tight end premium.
Well, Amari Cooper's a good pick there. you know, he's an elite receiver, you know, right? Get Zach Prescott back next year. Terry McLaurin's a great pick. Probably who I would have taken.
Not to mention a new coach for Sanders. Yeah, Josh did bring that up. That definitely affects it, but I don't think too much. He's very talented.
This is true. Now there's some people I really like coming up with this pick.
I'm gonna take another receiver who I think is great value in the fourth round. I'm gonna take Keenan Allen in the fourth round.
Great pick.
Yeah, I was gonna pick him. So
I love the wide receiver picks on the end. Terry McLaurin and CeeDee Lamb. If Terry McLaurin had been there on the way back, I would have taken him over Keenan Allen. But with him not being there, Keenan Allen's still great value in the fourth round. So, and I'm just gonna have to figure out what to do at running back.
I'm gonna do something that's a little bit surprising here.
Take a quarterback.
Take a kicker.
I barely know her.
I think I may go with Chris Carson here.
That makes sense.
I just heard Pete Carroll talking about how they need to run it more next year. Yeah, I'm gonna take Chris Carson.
All right, I don't hate it.
Taking Chris Carson.
I mean, with the running backs in this range, they all have question marks. Like they all have question marks, every single one of them. So I don't hate that pick.
And I'm just looking at the running backs that are going to be available. Man, there are one or two guys I missed.
There's one guy in particular I'm thinking of that you should have taken over him, and I'm not going to say it because I'm praying. Or should I just say it out loud and then maybe it won't get to JL?
No! I'm so upset with my pick.
No, do it.
JL, is there a running back in particular that you want?
Can I text it to you, and then if you only promise not to say it?
I'll text it to you, and you tell me if it's the one I'm thinking.
But you can't say it then.
Oh, did JR say who he wanted? Sorry.
The last mock draft we did, I noticed that, I had the first overall pick, and two picks were auto-drafted. I didn't even realize both of them were, and one of them was Julio Jones, and I didn't even realize, it was just funny. I just meant to mention that.
Hawk going pretty early. Not crazy early, but
not crazy.
It's not crazy. It's not crazy. It's fair. It's
earlier than he's been going in our mock drafts.
Yeah.
I don't hate it at all.
It's a little bit earlier. David Montgomery probably is a good pick there. A really good pick there.
I was gonna text JL, the player that I think he wants.
NBA always snipes me.
Is that it, JL?
No,
that's not who you want.
But JL is now like, oh, wait a second, that guy's there.
Well, what about this guy?
J.K. Dobbins going off the
board. That's also who I just texted you. I thought that was going to be the other one.
That guy either. It's this guy.
Oh, yep.
Both of those people are both of the people that I was talking about. Antonio Gibson, J.K. Dobbins, and David Montgomery. I think they actually probably.
There's one more.
Go ahead by the time the year starts.
There's one more that he's not going to make it back to me, so I don't even want to say it.
Is it? Oh, I think I probably know it is. But if it is the guy I'm thinking it is, I would take all these options ahead of him.
I don't know. You know what? You're probably right, but
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think we're on the same. I think we got it.
NBA Rig says he's all set with running back. No, it is not your pick yet, Swamp. Yeah, you are all set at running. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Joe Mixon, J.K. Dobbins. And there goes DJ Moore.
I don't hate that pick. It's a good pick.
There's only one other team with three. And there's two other teams with three running backs.
They're good.
Josh and JL.
Dang it.
I
was hoping Kareem Hunt would fall back to me.
Was Kareem Hunt one guy you were thinking, Simon?
Yep, that's who I was hoping for.
Okay. That's who I figured.
I wasn't thinking I was going to go him because I went three running back, and I have quite a few people ahead of him, but it's definitely a consideration at this point.
I like Kareem Hunt. It's just that I know he's not going to be the lead back. I don't know that. I assume I presume that the rest of these guys are going to be lead backs, and I don't think they'll be the case.
Oh, I missed what Swamp was talking about. He was saying, was it my pick, Simon? Not asking if it was his turn to pick.
Yeah. Okay,
you nailed it. That's exactly right.
Kareem Hunt.
And then NBA, I think JL. If I had to pick a running back trio, I would probably pick JL's. But if I had to pick a running back trio plus a wide receiver, I would pick your team over JL's with Devontae Adams and those three guys.
Which team?
And then I like out of the three teams with three running backs, I like Josh's running backs the least. NBA Riggs team: Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Joe Mixon, J.K. Dobbins, and Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I worry about Clyde Edwards-Helaire just a tiny bit. Not worry in the sense that he's going to fall off, but just drafting him that high.
Yeah, though that's probably more appropriate value compared to where he was being drafted last year. Like he had a pretty good season. He was just being drafted as the 5th overall running back.
Yep.
And there goes the second quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Do you guys agree? Would you guys still take him as your second quarterback off the board?
No, I would take Kyler Murray.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen, probably.
Kyler Murray would be my second.
Yeah, it's between those two guys for me, but
they're in the same tier for sure.
Yeah, no, they are, and I they're both runners. It's just Kyler is as close as to a runner as you can get to Lamar Jackson, and I think he's a pretty darn good thrower too. And he's got DeAndre Hopkins. But Josh, yeah, they're in the same tier.
I'd probably just go Josh Allen just because I feel like I trust that offense a little bit more. I'm still not sold on the Cliff Kingsbury experience. All that talk, there goes all the quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen.
You know what I would do? Is I probably wouldn't draft any of these guys, and I could get burned by doing it, but I'm going to wait on my quarterback.
NBA says Lamar will outperform Kyler for sure. I don't think it's a for sure, but I could see it happening. Let's see, Big Dylan. I'm very worried about Kenyon Drake. Me too, man. I was so high. I had him as a top 5 running back this season in my projections, and it just didn't pan out. Didn't look good. So I am
NBA Rig. I do think Lamar is going to need to get another receiving weapon if he's going to for sure outperform Kyler. Personally.
For sure.
What is the Ravens' offensive line looking like?
They wear purple most of the time. Sometimes they wear white.
Listen. The Ravens have a very good offensive line. They should have a much better one next year. They Ronnie Stanley, who's an all-pro, one of the best left tackles in the league. He is the highest paid one now. He missed like half the year, the second half of the year. Orlando Brown had to move positions. We were really mixed up. We do have to address the interior of our line, but the offensive line is pretty good overall.
Okay. Yeah, it looked a little worse than it had earlier in the season this weekend. But
Ronnie Stanley is a big part.
Yeah, I wasn't as familiar with what injuries they were dealing with.
Yeah, they're definitely dealing with some injuries. Next year, I do expect our offensive line is going to be very good, but they have to address the interior, like I said.
Yeah,
dude, Adam Thielen in the 5th round, that's great value.
It is, and so is Kenny Galladay.
Yeah,
and so is Kenny Galladay.
Very surprised Kenny Galladay is still there.
Like both of those guys were people I considered around the Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen pick. Like I feel like that's the tier that they're in, and they're going rounds later. At least
it's my pick. Oh my god!
You got 30 seconds, Josh. Deontay Johnson went right before you.
Oh no, this is easy. I think. Yeah. I'm gonna take DJ Chark.
There you go. Now it is my pick.
With it. I think when DJ Chark was on the field and healthy, he was a great receiver. I know he had some weird games. He had some weird chemistry with Gardner Minshew, but man, when he was on the field healthy, they were giving him a ton of targets. Just look at his targets from last year. He's going to have a better year next year, and I think he's going to be a top 25 receiver at least.
We'll see. Yeah, man, I'm struggling a little bit with this pick. I just don't like the value at running back, but I need another running back, but that's not where we're going to go because it's not there.
I will tell you, Simon, me looking at these running backs now makes me feel pretty good about having 3 at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I would feel much better than me if I were you only having 1. I feel pretty gross about it. Okay. We're going to go
5 seconds.
I know, I'm panicking. Robert
Woods. It's a good pick.
Great pick. I was hoping he'd come back to me and was not expecting it at all.
And remember, guys,
I don't know.
the roster construction for this league is 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receivers, the tight end, and 2 flex positions. So you can start up to 4 wide receivers or up to 4 running backs.
No, yeah. NBA rigged. You just said you think you smashed the draft. I think you smashed it. You cocky person. You're just like me. No, I'm joking. You do have a great team.
You
Obviously.
are killing it so far. Yeah, that I like that running back sandwich is looking pretty tasty. Oh, it's my turn.
No, it is it's a delicious running back sandwich. You take the
Running back
Devontae Adam and the Adam Thielen. You take the Adams bread. You know what I'm saying? You take the Adam.
I like that.
You got a sandwich with you got the 2 rookies on the each side. You got the JK and the Clyde, and then the middle mixing.
Did you guys see that the D-Watt trade rumor pot getting stirred this weekend?
I did not. Oh well, no.
Ian Rappaport reported that there are some in Houston who believe Deshaun Watson has played his last snap for Houston, and then today he tweeted out that he thinks that that Houston is saying that their people have been calling, but they're not going to consider trading him.
I think it would be idiotic to actually trade him, but whatever.
I mean, but if he refuses to play, he refuses to play.
That's true.
I'm not saying Deshaun Watson should agree to play, and I'm not saying the Texans should trade him. I think they're both, I don't know.
Do what you want, live your own life. That's Josh's advice.
Yeah. You know me.
Adams
Burger. I took a quarterback here a lot earlier than I usually do. But I think Dak Prescott in the 6th round, when he's healthy, is good value, and I'm testing it out. I didn't like any of the running back value. That's what mock drafts are for. I'm going to see how my team shapes up going with a quarterback and a tight end kind of early.
All right. I think I'm going to do something I just absolutely hate.
You got 5 seconds.
Ooh.
OBJ.
I don't know. The upside in the freaking 6th round. It's there, right? It's there.
It is there. NBA likes it.
Oh, thanks. As long as NBA likes it.
I really hope it turns out to be good value.
I mean, it's crazy because just 2 years ago, we were talking about this guy being the #1 overall dynasty asset. The #1 overall. I'm not saying we were talking about. I'm just saying like the general public was considering him like 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Yeah,
which is crazy. Josh, you were talking, and I typed in Josh Herbert. I don't know if anyone noticed that whenever I was going to.
I did not.
To place that pick for them.
Josh Jr. Herbert.
You stole Dak. You stole Dak from John there.
Yeah, John says you stole Dak for me.
Well, good pick there.
That's a pretty good consolation prize, Justin Herbert. I wouldn't be surprised if he does better than Dak next year. T. Higgins. See, this is what I'm talking about. The wide receivers here are nice. Know what I mean? But the running backs, it's like, ugh.
Exactly. That, I mean, it makes you think like in a redraft this year, maybe go running back a little bit early because look at these good ass receivers you're still getting here in the middle rounds. So
what's an ass receiver?
I knew it.
A good ass receiver. That's a receiver that has.
I was about to say we can stop right there before we get kicked off Twitch. I'm sorry I even said that. That's the premium content. John Luke, where are you going?
Yeah, you're right.
Cooper Kupp here.
Who'd you take? Aaron Rodgers. It's a good pick. Again, I mean, my philosophy is load up on this talent. You're going to have injuries. You're going to have people that just don't work or just aren't going to play well this year. So load up on talent when you can. And there's going to be talented running quarterbacks at the end in redrafts, 99% of them, in my opinion.
I usually go late quarterback, but
I'm not saying you guys are doing it wrong. Yeah. And the more I see other teams draft quarterbacks, the more I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm really waiting now. Like how many teams have quarterbacks or don't have quarterbacks? 3 other ones?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 4 teams without a quarterback.
Yeah. So
even then, now go look at the quarterbacks.
Kev says this is a good ass stream.
Kevin and I like to do that. That.
Swamp, you're up. Tyler Lockett went. I'm nervous about Lockett, but in the 6th round, that's unbelievable value.
Really great pick.
Brandon Cooks, man, he just killed it. He just killed the end of the season. Will Fuller's going to be back, but that's good value as well. Again, the wide receiver value is nuts.
It really is.
Like, you're getting receivers here that you are completely fine playing week in and week out in your fantasy team. So, man, they don't have the elite upside that the ones drafted earlier have, obviously, but
Man, yeah, I'm looking at the running backs and I'm feeling a little scared.
man, I want to do like 30 redraft leagues this year. I'm not even joking. I got to limit my dynasty because last year I like started just accumulating dynasty leagues. And I was like, oh God, got to slow down here.
You got 5 seconds. 1. Oh, auto picked. Where's it going to go? Noah Fant.
No. Oh,
Denzel,
wow, that was weird.
That was super weird.
I hope it just auto drafted.
The quick round. Actually,
I'm going to pause it real quick.
How did he do that?
Oh, Jordan.
Did you mean to take? Yeah, Jordan picked those.
Okay, those are good picks.
Did you mean to take Noah Fant?
Is he here?
I don't know. We'll give it a second.
I mean, Noah Fant and Denzel Mims are solid picks there.
It's not a bad pick. I'll just let it keep going.
James Conner and Chase Claypool, I like a little bit more. But he needed a tight end. Chase Claypool going to next year, I like a lot. That's really good value there. And James Conner, I know he's kind of people aren't excited to draft him, but if he's with the Steelers, if the Steelers re-sign him, he could be great.
Yeah, completely agree.
So we'll see. And then look, Myles Gaskin always hiding in our rankings.
Let's see. Falcon Griff 24. You can turn off auto draft for the next picks if you want to. You just have to click on the little circle that says auto for your name. Yo, Swamp, you got 15 seconds. 10. Oh, Raheem Mostert. That was one of the running backs I was hoping would sneak back to me that I could grab as my second guy.
If you guys got a chance, take a look and just like click on Raheem Mostert and just like look at all the fantasy games he played because at the beginning of the year he was great and then he kind of fell off at the end of the year, but he was getting a lot of carries. So like it's impressive to me. If San Francisco wants to give him 15 carries a game when he's healthy, he is going to be really good next year if he can stay healthy.
Yep.
20. Oh, there we go. Hunter Henry. Now we're starting to see some tight ends go off the board.
I just bring that up because, a lot of people are going to be like, who is the running back there? Is it Jeff Wilson? Is it Tevin Coleman? Blah, 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 blah. I think it's Raheem Mostert next year.
I agree.
Things can change. Right now, I think Raheem Mostert.
Jail, where are you going?
I'm going to go ahead and follow this trend. I'm going to go Dallas Goedert.
I love Adamsberger. Dallas Goedert. Hey, he lost a lot of value all year because of how crappy the Eagles have been. He was hurt. But, man, if he didn't get hurt and Eagles were still just as bad, I bet you he'd be getting drafted a lot higher than he is now.
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson, Nyheim Hines.
Robbie Anderson's really good value. Nyheim Hines is someone I was going to be targeting in the later rounds. So thank you for stealing my handcuff-ish person.
There goes Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd. David Johnson.
Tyler Boyd is a great pick.
Yeah.
Josh, where are you going?
And David Johnson. Both.
I don't know.
I thought about Tyler Boyd. I wanted to shore up my tight end situation because I was thinking there might be a run there's 4 teams here without a tight end who are going to be picking twice before it gets back to me. But Tyler Boyd is who I probably would have taken if I hadn't gone Dallas Goedert.
I might go Leonard Fournette, and I might get some slack for this, but if he goes to a different team other than the Bucs, I think he's going to have value. If he stays on the Bucs, I think he's going to have value. He's going to have value. I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
Number 4 overall pick in the NFL draft, and the Jaguars cut him, but he's playing well for the Bucs right now. Yeah, he's a good running back.
There's 2 guys I'm going between right now. I can't decide which one to take. I'm going to take Deebo Samuel right here. down on this at the end of the 7th round. He was
Great
injured.
value.
There's a very real chance he comes back and he's the number 1 on that team. It's not
I like
Brandon
that.
Ayuk. There goes
I
Melvin
agree.
Gordon, one of the running backs I was considering.
The most concerning thing for Debo is just the injuries, and obviously everyone knows that. But he has injuries going back to college. If he can stay healthy, he's going to have a really good season. So.
Yeah, the other guy I was considering there was Jerry Jeudy.
Okay,
I'm probably not going to take him as well with his
too many
next
wide
pick,
receivers.
Too many wide receivers. I was deciding between the two, but I think Jerry Judy's in consideration there. He's there. He goes. Yeah, he didn't get back to me anyways, so I couldn't have taken him even if I wanted to.
Yeah, the upside's 100% there for Jerry Jeudy.
I don't know if this pick's going to get some hate, but I need another running back, and I want one with a little bit of upside, one that I think could potentially carve out that workhorse role, even though it's not likely. It's more likely a timeshare.
You dirty rotten scoundrel. You dirty rotten scoundrel. I hate you.
And I know that's over Devin Singletary, but I think Zach Moss will be the primary ball carrier of that committee. What'd you say?
Shut your stupid mouth.
Well, it's not that stupid, unless you're calling yourself stupid too. If I took your pick,
I don't care. You're stupid.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about it that way. I didn't consider that. Josh, just so you know, you're on the clock.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a high upside receiver, very much like Jerry Jeudy, but one on a different team. Jalen Reagor, 1st round pick last year. He had some injuries, didn't really get a chance to prove himself with all the turmoil in the Eagles. I think he's gonna have a much better year next year. And Zach Moss, I like the pick, tons of upside, but you are right. It is going to be a committee that he'll probably have the most work in.
Yeah, I think he's probably more talented than Singletary.
He's a better ball carrier. Yeah, I think Singletary's a little bit more athletic. So take that for what it is.
I like that pick. Had he been there in the next round, I probably would have considered J.D. McKissic, but I'm a little bit more sure about Zach Moss's role in the offense just because I'm not sure about the evolution of Antonio Gibson. Joe Burrow, then Evan Ingram.
Hey, okay. Good.
Also,
picks,
just so you guys
picks.
know, Falcon Griff 24 said he would have gone Claypool over Mims and Goddard over Fant, but they're not too far apart for him, so all good.
Yeah, I definitely would have gone Claypool over Mims. Goddard and Fant are pretty close.
I don't know, even with Justin Fields throwing him the ball. Denzel Mims.
Yeah, we do not know that is the case. I could see a world where Sam Darnold's the starting quarterback for the Jets next year.
I think Sam Darnold should be the starting quarterback.
Yeah, me too. I do. I actually do. Give him a chance without Adam Gase.
I truly think they're giving up on him too early. I don't think he's had a real fair shot at it. But I'm not sure Justin Fields is like this generational can't pass talent either.
Ugh.
Well, I'll tell you this right here.
Dale just made a gross noise and drafted Devin Singletary.
I didn't want him when my time was running out.
So just to your point right there, yeah, I don't think they should give up on Sam Darnold so early. They could get so much for that draft pick. Plus, if they just took the draft pick and drafted another player, there are some guys, one or two that I'm thinking about in my mind, on the defensive side. That
on the offensive line side, Penei Sewell is like
yes, Sewell. Oh my God, yeah, absolutely. He's probably the number 2 overall prospect, right?
Yeah, he should be. He should be the number 2 overall prospect, right behind Trevor Lawrence. There goes Henry Ruggs and Corey Davis. I'm real curious about Corey Davis next year. He tricked me so many times thinking he was going to be good, and then he finally did it this year.
I traded. I love Corey Davis when he was drafted. I traded him in the one league dynasty league. I had him. I still like the trade. I traded him and Antonio Gibson for Jonathan Taylor. But yeah,
him and who? Antonio Gibson.
And Antonio Gibson.
Oh, I would make that trade all day.
Yeah.
In dynasty, right?
It was a dynasty.
Oh God, you made out.
Yeah. Honestly, at the time, people were on that Antonio Gibson bandwagon, and everyone was off the Jonathan Taylor bandwagon at the same time. So, now it seems like a little bit of a safe trade for me. I feel good about it. I love Jonathan Taylor, but Jonathan Taylor's a 1st round pick next year in a redraft league. I mean, I did it, but
Gus Edwards, Marquise Brown.
Hollywood.
Couple Ravens in a row.
Yeah. NBA Riggs said the last safe tight end is Evan Ingram, and I can't help but to agree with him.
Man, but using the word safe on him just feels wrong. But for
for
a tight end, it still is safe, I guess.
Yeah. In the world of tight ends, I feel safer with Evan Ingram compared to all the people left.
There's one more that I think I would take over Evan Ingram, and it's close for a couple other guys, but I would take Mike Gesicki over Evan Ingram right now.
He's the guy I like. There's two people. I'll throw his name out there. I'm sorry if this guy gets drafted, but Austin Hooper, we just talked about him earlier. One more year with the Browns. If OBJ, I'm not taking him over any of these guys, including Gesicki, but someone to monitor,
well,
in the tight end landscape.
I think Austin Hooper's role is going to become less and less as Harrison Bryant develops more and more. Like Harrison Bryant looked good this year as a rookie tight end. I think maybe not next year, but he's going to become the primary tight end for that team sooner rather than later.
Yeah, but Harrison Bryant, he's like a fifth round pick.
Fourth round pick.
Yeah, we'll see.
Jeff Wilson, that's a good late round running back. Todd Gurley, that's wild how late Todd Gurley's going, but I think it's right. Tony Pollard took my handcuff.
Yeah, you really. If you draft Zeke, you don't need. Actually, you don't have to. You don't have to.
But it's one of the few handcuffs where I actually like drafting them. I'm not a big handcuff guy, but Tony Pollard, I'm all about it.
There's certain players that you want their handcuff, but usually those are like more injury risk players. I don't even think Zeke's an injury risk at all. So that's where it's kind of gets weird. So, yeah, Tony Pollard, either way, just a long shot at being extremely fantasy relevant because I don't think he's going to get hurt.
These running backs are gross. Ooh. These are really
Michael
gross.
Gallup. I know you're a big fan over there, Simon, right?
Yeah, I love Michael Gallup. I think Jay likes Michael Gallup as well, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm a big Michael Gallup fan.
It's just I'm more of an NFL fan.
If Dak's healthy next year, I think all three of these guys are top 36 wide receivers. Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper, meaning all of them are draftable. And I'd probably go Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup in that order.
I don't know who I want.
Kalis Talks wants to know, are you doing another one after? We are not doing another one. This will be the one for today. But we'll do another one on Monday, and maybe one more later during the week. Yeah, we'll do mock draft Monday again on Monday. Russell Wilson's
a good pick there, Jail.
Thanks.
Maybe, unless they hire
super
Adam
inconsistent at the end of the. Oh my God, drop him if they do. No, but I will say I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but Pete Carroll was talking how they need to run it more next year. They need to run it more. I mean, that's classic Pete Carroll, what he always says, but he wasn't really saying that coming into this year. And there was the let Russ cook, right?
NBA rig. That was who I was trying to side between.
Screw you, Bash brother, for taking Gesicki. I bet Dylan was going to take him too.
Josh.
We were all talking about. Yeah, well, screw you too, JL. If Bash Brother can't handle it, then he's not a brother of mine.
It's not
a. Okay, there's one guy that I really want here that I'm hoping doesn't get taken. Please, dear God. Otherwise, my team is.
Told you to shut your stupid mouth.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Still mad you took Moss.
Oh my. Oh, so
Russell Wilson in the 9th round. Smash it, JL.
I kind of want to take Devontae Parker now that you took him from me.
There goes Matthew Stafford. Laviska.
I said it.
Okay, Josh.
G-Man J. You upset with me. Oh, I know I want to take because he was hidden.
Don't do it.
He was hidden here.
Don't do it.
And we might have to revisit our conversation from earlier.
Don't do it.
But Logan Thomas.
Oh, thank God.
Was the number 3 overall tight end in a PPR, I believe. So, yeah, I feel good being the last person to take a tight end other than one person getting him.
I'm drafting AJ Dillon. There's a chance he's the lead back for Green Bay next year. As far as a late round,
AJ in my queue and would have been my next pick. You asshole.
Yep. As far as late round running backs go, that's one of the guys I'm heavily targeting.
I thought you. I didn't realize you already had a tight end. I thought you still had a tight end.
Nope. I'm Travis Kelce in the second round.
No, I should have just done it.
Cheers, NBA. Thanks for hopping on. Happy MLK Day to you.
Adios, NBA.
Yeah, NBA. Honestly, AJ Dillon should be getting drafted higher than this. Especially, I mean, look how much we're talking about. Aaron Jones might not be on the Packers next year. Like, we think it's a likely scenario. Who's going to be the running back there? It's going to be AJ Dillon, and he's not going to be getting drafted in the 9th round or whatever we're at. It's going to be drafted.
There goes Chase Edmonds, which was another person I was considering. But AJ Dillon, yeah. If Aaron Jones is gone, AJ Dillon will be a 4th round pick, 3rd round pick. He just will be. There's no way I'm going to get that value on him like going into draft season next year if Aaron Jones is gone. The only reason I would get that value on him is if Aaron Jones is still there.
Exactly. And if Aaron Jones is still there, you probably don't really.
Then he's not the value. Then he's not the upside that you're looking for with this pick anyways.
But with this pick, taking that chance with us not knowing, this is awesome value. Awesome.
And I'll draft Alexander Madison right here. I just need one of these running backs to turn out. That's all I need to pair with Zeke. So between Zach Moss, AJ Dillon, and Alexander Madison, I'm actually feeling all right.
You know what I'm going to do just to kind of talk more about these guys, but I'm going to take Keyshawn Vaughn. It's a high upside pick. I probably wouldn't take him quite. I mean, I would probably normally wait a little bit longer, but listen, things could happen. Bruce Arians hates rookies. He was a rookie. And we'll see what happens next year. Keyshawn Vaughn's a better pass catcher than they have right now, I believe. So he's a dart throw. If he's not getting any work at the beginning of the season, I'm going to cut him and pick up someone else. I'm okay taking him here.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Robert Tunyon's still there. And I was so pumped about Logan Thomas.
Oops.
I think they're actually in a similar category.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know which one I would prefer. Robert Tunyon's touchdown rate, I saw it the other day, it was like 21.1%, like off the charts. I don't think that's not sustainable.
Timeout, Sean. He said at WVU in 2000, I showed up to rugby tryouts not knowing anyone, wearing a bandana. Someone thought I looked like from the Mighty Ducks. Okay, first of all, I played rugby. I almost went to WVU. It was my team I rooted for growing up. Football. I love rugby too. So that's just funny.
Very funny.
Very, very, very in common.
Absolutely hilarious.
Got a lot in common. I like you, Sean.
Dylan says how Tanyan fell here. I'm ecstatic. Yeah, that's a great value. John Brown. I really, really like that pick. I think if John Brown's healthy all next year, like truly serious value down there. He'll be a real wide receiver too for the Bills. It's not like just it's his second option. John Brown is a great option for Josh Allen to throw
Cole
to.
Beasley's still there.
John Brown is better than Cole Beasley.
Not according to the finish this year.
Well, John Brown was injured a lot of the year.
Cole Beasley looked pretty good. The Beasles, Neasels.
Well, he's got to focus on his rap career, so I'm not sure he's going to be paying attention in the offseason.
They play different positions. So one thing I guess you could say, Gabriel Davis and John Brown, that would be more concerning for me. Just like outside receivers. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
Tyler Higbee. You said you're just finding people?
Yeah, I'm finding people that haven't gotten taken yet. And I'm like, oh, I like him.
Yeah, there's a couple people falling through the cracks. Marvin Jones, JL. Where'd JL go? He's gone again.
He's staying sexy.
Lawrence Cager.
Oh, that was that's a personal pick for Jordan. I know that. but he actually has faith in him. But he's not going to do anything. He went to high school with Lawrence Cager.
Nice. And then Lev Bell in the last round. That's wild. That's truly wild how far some of these players have fallen, like the Todd Gurley, Lev Bell.
Hey, if Jordan could have a superstar team if these players end up being something, you know.
Philip Lindsay.
And then JL's on the clock.
After going Curtis Samuel with his last pick, where's he going now?
No, I'd probably be a flanker, maybe second row. Yeah, Sean, that's awesome. I played inside center. I played back when I played rugby. I played in college and high school. I played inside center and wing. So we definitely played very different positions. But I loved rugby. It's my favorite sport I've ever played, for sure, hands down. Yeah, I'm sure you're back in. I've never been in, like, I don't know if you guys know, like how rugby where you got the scrum, right? And then so yeah, I could see your back and neck being messed up. I've never even been in there, you know? So I was a back standing out, just catching the ball, throwing it, running fast.
I never played, but my cousin plays.
Damian Harris, Lynn Bowden.
Damian Harris.
Darius Slayton.
And how many? So I've got 4 running backs. So yeah, I'll.
Where are you going, Josh?
I mean, this guy should be drafted, Michael Pittman. So yeah, I'm happy to get him there.
Yeah, that's a good value. Yeah, I'm very happy with my team.
I am too.
I'm just going to take a shot on a wide receiver that had draft capital that hasn't shown out yet. That, like, this is a high upside pick in the later rounds. Like, I'm fully comfortable, with my wide receiver core: Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, Robert Woods, Deebo Samuel. This is just a what if. This is a Hail Mary. What if it starts panning out this year?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I like it. I don't have any faith in it panning out in anything, but
then I'll drop them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. If it's the last pick of your draft, you should take the most high upside person you can think of. That's what I always try to do. Bryan
Edwards.
Yes, and he's high upside.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the other guy I was considering there. Swamp says, I think this has been my second favorite mock draft. This has been a pretty good one. Damian Harris can be huge without Jabroni Cam Newton taking all his goal line work. I
was deciding between Damian Harris and Sterling Shepard in the last pick, so I like it.
And I'm going to be honest with everyone watching this and doing these mock drafts, and even us. I mean, when it comes time next year, we are going to be so much more uberly prepared than everyone else. We're just gonna dominate our leagues. I mean, doing mock drafts this early is crazy. I mean, they're just gonna keep getting better and better and better. We're gonna hone in and perfect our process. We're gonna know exactly who we want next year already, and
see where players change,
awesome.
Like how they change throughout the offseason.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about. If we do this every week, to see how the ADP just changes slowly over the offseason. We might even start influencing it if we do enough of these. We're in charge now.
Just it's fun and educational.
Big Dylan says favorite teams. I don't know. At first glance,
didn't even draft a quarterback.
I didn't.
It is, I guess, not a super long draft.
Yeah, Josh doesn't have a quarterback.
I've done that in an actual draft before by accident.
Totally
I got yelled at because they were like, you have to fire all your positions. But
I don't know what my favorite teams are. I'm gonna have to dig into it a little bit more. But we'll
talk about it more tomorrow.
Yeah, let's run through the teams tomorrow before we play our game, and then we can dive into the game afterwards. Sean says, for sure, I love doing mocks this early. Thanks for doing this, guys. No, thank you guys for joining. It's so much more fun to mock draft whenever all 12 teams are full. It truly makes it so much more fun. So thank you guys. And for those of you who were in this mock draft or enjoyed watching it, all of our other mock drafts are on YouTube and Twitch. You can find us at Front Yard Fantasy, and you can go watch our other mock drafts from Mock Draft Monday. And we used to just do mock draft whatever day. So they're not all on Mondays. There's random mock drafts mixed in there, a couple different kind. Sean says, if you guys don't want to do a listener league dynasty startup, no, we are doing a listener league dynasty startup. That is what we're doing. We're going to do that. We could do an IDP redraft. I've never done IDP. we are the wrong people to ask about IDP. JL and I are in one Dynasty IDP league, have no idea what's going on. And Josh, I don't think you're in any IDP leagues.
I'm not. I've done them before, but I do not feel comfortable or confident in my IDP logic or knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge.
Sean, a friend from the fellow Twitter analysts is doing, I think, a Dynasty IDP league startup, so I can refer you to him if you're interested in doing an IDP Dynasty this year.
Like I said, I'm going to do like 30 redraft leagues this year, so keep your ears out. Who knows when one will be happening.
Colin said, great draft as always. Thank you for joining us. We're going to run through the teams tomorrow. So tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern, we will run through these teams, tell you what our favorites, what our least favorites are. But could all be wrong. We'll see as the season goes on. Some of these might be fun to revisit whenever we get close to the season starting next year. Just coming back and looking at some of these real early ones, seeing how things changed. But yeah, we'll do a review tomorrow at 3 p.m. Then we're playing games. You guys got anything to say before we jump off?
Hey, trading makes fantasy fun. Remember it, people. Remember it.
Always.
Okay. Adios. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Love you guys.